Hey LEGO YouTube, Ken Marlowe Bricks. So here's an update of where I'm at on Hogwarts, and I also want to talk to you today about plates, large plates. So for me, large plates is anything over a 3x3 stud size. It gets thrown into a bin on its own with, well, all the 3x3 gets thrown in the bin together, regardless of color or size. So I have started covering the mills with the plates. I've been playing with the train. You'll see a video about that. So for plates, I have a lot of these 16 by 16 size plates, like these ones I'm using for the water. I have a lot of the 8 by 16 as well. So that's what I've been putting down so far. That's all my green here. It's all my dark gray in the back. My I don't know, dark tan, I guess, the regular tan. I have quite a few regular tan. I have so many regular tan, and I have so many of the dark gray, and I think even the green came from, again, being a lug member, so I was able to buy them from LEGO directly at a discounted rate. So if you're an adult fan of LEGO, join your lugs, and you'll be able to get cool benefits like these. So I mentioned it before that I was thinking about taking it out, but I did go ahead and leave all the large plates underneath the train track here. It just makes it easier to work with, so I went and left those there. And then, so then I needed more, right? So I started pulling some smaller plates. These are actually smaller plates here. You can see the seam lines. So I started pulling some smaller plates to fill in the back here. There's the train motor I was talking about in the other video. And then, well, hey, I still need more. So I took my bin, and so right here, here's my bin, plate 3x plus used. So that's anything that's a 3x3 or larger, that size. That's the smallest plate that goes into that bin. So there's my 3x3. That is everything that I've owned that I've sorted out so far and used. Here's all my 4x4 plates, all the used ones that I've sorted out so far. So that's those two rows there. I have all my 4x6 plates. That's 2.5 rows. It's these and these. Oh, and these back here. So pretty tall column. 4x8. And for doing the mills, I really like the 4x size because it fits nicely on top of my bricks here. So I try to stick with the 4x. When I switch to the 4x6 or a multiple that's not 4x something, then it becomes an issue and I have to restructure my support. So 4x8s, some more 4x8s. Again, pretty tall stack. 4x10, 4x10, 4x whatever the next one is, 12. Right? Yeah, 12. So that's 4x12 there. We talked about the 3x3s. And then in the back row, we have two large stacks all the way down of 6x6. So kind of see it, how tall that is back there. Two large stacks of 6x8. One large stack back here of 6x10. One really tall stack of 6x12. Very short stack of the 6x14. 6x16 back here, I believe. 4, 8, 12, 16, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. So that's the 6x16. And then I did find this one in my bin somewhere that's a 6x, I don't know, really big. So, I mean, if that's the 16 back there, it must be like a 6x24 probably. 16, 20, 24, yeah, 6x24. So 6x24. And these are green that go in that stack there. And so then there's another one of the 8x16s that I'm using out here for those. So then so my store does have, or had, these in stock. This is the last of the stock that they had. These are 8x8 tans. I bought those. I also bought these at a previous time, so I don't know if I can get those back in stock or not, but last night I bought those, and that was the last of them. Last night I also bought a bunch of the 4x4 brown and a 4x4 green. So this is my bin of, you guessed it, plate 3x new. So this is everything that's new that I have. Once it comes out and gets used on a build, it goes into the used bin. So it doesn't go back into here. But you can see I have some light blue here. I'll probably use it out there in the water. And then I have some dark gray, some tan, some browns. There's some reds hiding back there I bought randomly. I don't use a lot of red. There's some black, and that's actually 4x8, so I might use those, just like I did over here for just some backup work, some buried stuff. Or like back here where I actually want it darker, I might use that. So is that all? No, that's not all. So then, where did I put the bin? Oh, sorry, I got it out and I had it all ready. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. So I have this drawer of my planned winter village. So in an earlier video I said this was all my base plates. I was inaccurate. I found some more. So here's 2 more base plates. They are being prepped for double track mill train. So I can take this exact same track I'm already using and I can just put it right there and it just snaps right on, and it'll actually have 2 parallel train tracks on this setup. And it's Winter Village, so I'll have white plates. So of course I have a bunch of white plates that I've been buying off the wall slowly over the years. So mostly it looks like all is 4x6 size. So I've been slowly stockpiling those. It's not a whole lot. I go through them really fast. It's amazing how fast I go through them, which is why in this situation, that's the design I use when I don't want to lose my plates in the middle where it's not being seen. I just do some bricks, and take that other one off. I just do some bricks, and then I stack them up with just some regular plates, and that's enough to get it to the right height. There are some loose plates on that. So get that back out of there. So that's my prep drawer for that side of the project. So a lot of these parts are common, so they end up in a different drawer for either kind of build. So yeah, so there's 2 more base plates. I actually found another one full size, but that's kind of like I said, a special plate, or So I knew it was there, but I didn't pull it. So it's not all my base plates, but it's definitely like 99% of them are down here. Probably, well, I guess probably like 95%. So there you go. So now you probably saw on my Instagram photos. I have the Hogwarts hillside built that the castle's going to sit on. Well, I have it roughed in. This is all going to come hillside, coming down here and down the back. It's all going to be hillside. So I started digging for all my cliff pieces to fill that in, and then I'll fill it in with little tiny bricks and stuff to kind of fill it in. And then I started landscaping. I'm gonna have to go through all these plates and all those plates and find the colors I want and start kind of filling this in to try to get a good color transition. And that's where it really, like, for me, I'm an engineer, I'm a mechanical guy. I can do the base, the mills, and figure the structure out, no problem. But when it comes to the artistic side, that's where it really is a good exercise for me. And that's why I got back into Lego, was for that exercise. So it's exciting to try to expand my brain onto the artistic side that I don't get to do a whole lot. And then the other thing that I'm excited about that I wanted to mention was it's a really nice opportunity. I throw out these numbers of like, these are all the plates that I have, these are all this that I have, I'm now out of brick or whatever. And I'm not. Like I found, like I've been digging for parts and I found a lot more of the 2x2 bricks. I used a lot of Technic down here. You can see that I have some Technic down there, a little smiley face or whatever. I guess he's getting crushed, so he's a little aggravated, something. But I used a lot of Technic down here. You would have to look at the Instagram photo to really see how it's all laid out. But there's quite a bit of Technic in there, and I used quite a bit of that. There we go, bring it to focus. So yeah, but it's not everything I have. I still have more parts. But the really cool thing, what I want to mention was the really nice change is that I'm digging off my wall in the back, and I'm finally putting a lot of these parts to use that have just been sitting there collecting dust, and that I've been storing and hoarding and collecting, and finally able to get through a lot of these parts. And it's nice change to actually start burning through these piles. It'll be interesting to see how small these piles get, how many of the plates I go through, and how many of them I use. So it's fun. It's cool. Yeah. Oh, and the only other plate that I didn't mention are these tan ones down here, and you might notice you don't really see a seam line on them. And if I come over here to the corner and I pop the corner up, like, huh, that's interesting. It's a full-size base plate, and yet it snaps down. It's kind of strange, huh? Well, Lego doesn't make that product, and I was nervous. I was out of the 16 by 16 plates, and I needed something there, and I did a bad thing. I pulled the trigger and bought a non-Lego branded product, and it works really well. It's made by BRKS, and it's a really nicely designed system. I bought it from my local brick and minifig store. They had them in stock. I bought 4 of them, so that makes up the base of the Harry Potter buildings. They will get totally covered. I'll take some of these other bricks, other plates, and totally cover it. And so you won't even be able to see it. It didn't really matter what color I got, but I wanted a color that I could use in the future, so I got this tan color. They did a pretty good job. See if I can find it. Let's compare it to a new tan. So pretty good job on the color matching. Pretty close. So it'll be useful. There's the only time I buy non-Lego plastic products is things that Lego doesn't make. So a 32 by 32 plate, a R56 train curve. So all the straight here are Lego, but the train curves are not. So stuff like that. Even down to my mills. If I find that one of these is not a Lego block, I'll throw it in my used bin, just because not because I'm a purist, obviously I'm not, but because like later on when I go to use it, they don't have, like sometimes the clutch power is not there or whatever else, and I'd rather not run into that brick again at a future date. So I usually pull it out. Oh, and then the one plate you saw hiding there that I didn't mention is this guy. It's kind of weird, huh? It's a 5 by 6, and it has a hole in the middle. And it says on the back, it doesn't have a number, but it does say, well, it has a C and a 4. There you go. And it has a very rough on the bottom there. You can't really see it, but it does say patent pending. And on the front, sure enough, it's a Lego brand. So obviously an older plate, patent pending, would be the 60s or early 70s maybe. So it's an older plate. I would guess I'd call it Technic since it has a hole in the middle. So I'll have to look that one up on Bricklink and see what it was used for. But it's just kind of a fun one that I found in my used builds, used bins. But that's the only one of those that I have so far. I still have 50 pounds of bulk to sort out. I stopped sorting to work on some of these other projects. So there you go, that last plate. So a Harry Potter Hogwarts update and a little tour of my collection of large plates. All right, have a good day, everyone.